Hi, welcome to the Uplift with Vision. I'm so glad you're joining me again today. We have a wonderfully uplifting program to present to you, and I just want to remind you that you can also find these broadcasts after the fact up on our website, visioncsl.org. And we're also on Instagram at vision_CSL, so follow us for those inspirational quotes and photos and little bits of information just to keep you uplifted and sustained during this time. You ready? Let's pray in. So how grateful I am right here and right now to sit in this energy of spirit. We know that there is no place that is absent the energy of spirit. So wherever we are sitting at the heart of God, right here, right now. And we know all of the qualities of God flow through us and as us into the world. We come wholly complete and equipped with all the qualities, everything for a self-actualized life. So we bring that to this particular moment in time, right here, right now, knowing we are all well, we are all together, we are one in heart, in mind, and in spirit. Moving forward, we know there is only God, there is only this one life, it is perfect, it is our life, right here, right now, and so it is. So I called today Wonderful Wednesday. Wonderful Wednesday. Doesn't that feel great? It's just uplifting just to say those words. Today is Wonderful Wednesday. Let's take a break. Let's just take this next 15-minute break from the news and from the facts and from the danger and from the dire predictions. It wears us down. It wears us down. Even the most dedicated practitioners of truth can become fatigued by the constant hypervigilance of life at this point in time. So let's take a break from all that today. Let's just talk about the great things that there are about life. Let us turn away from the need to steel ourselves from the fear and turn away from the need to transform fear into faith. And let's just talk about how wonderful you are. Let's just spend this time together and talk about how wonderful you are. You know, let's refill ourselves today, right? I think today is a time for that. Let's place all of our attention and all of our intention on how we shine. And don't you feel like you really need to do that right now? Just because thoughts are things, and as we think, so shall we be, right? That's what Ernest Holmes said. Let me read that to you from page 183 in the Science of Mind textbook. I just love this introduction to chapter 13. Ernest Holmes said this. He says, "The philosophy of spiritual mind healing is based upon the conception that we are living in a universe of intelligence, a spiritual universe, that thoughts are things, that definite states of consciousness, as they become subjective, operate through a creative field and tend to reproduce themselves in form." Those are Ernest Holmes' words. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to concentrate on those thoughts that we wish to demonstrate, the thoughts about us that we know are truth. So today we're going to take a deep dive into just how wonderful we are. Doesn't that sound great? Just breathe that in. We must find the time and spend the time to refresh, to refill, to replenish, to remember who and what we are. So we are born in the image and after the likeness of the Creator itself, yes? And so everything that we think God to be, we are that. Every quality that we would assign to spirit, we must know we are that. Because spirit made everything out of itself. There was nothing else to make anything else out of but spirit. So whatever those qualities of spirit that we think are, we must know we are that. We know spirit is infinite wisdom. We are that. All of those qualities of God, we are that. So let's spend the next few minutes remembering just how fabulous we are. Doesn't that sound lovely? I think so. I think it's time we just step away from the news and remember the truth of our own souls, our own beings. So let's start with the qualities of God. How about abundance? Just say abundance. I am that. Abundance. I am that. Your hair strands. You can't count how many there are. Your eyelashes. What about your skin cells or your blood cells or your muscle fibers? Do you know that just in this past moment, just in this past 1 minute in time, 96 million of your cells have been replaced? 96 million cells in your body are replaced every minute. Think about the abundance of that. Talk about lavish abundance. That's you. That is you. You are the lavish abundance of spirit. So let's move on to the next one. What about balance? What about balance? We must know of ourselves as that. Remember the breath. There is an inhale, there is an exhale. Remember your heartbeat, right? Lub-dub, lub-dub. There's a balance there too, between the atria and the chambers of the heart. What about the balance of rest and activity? Or the balance of being and doing? The balance of work and play? You know, I think we take balance for granted a lot, and we only remember it when we're out of it. Does that make sense? It's very noticeable, isn't it, when we've had too much work and not enough play, or too much activity and not enough rest. So balance is a quality of God, and we bring ourselves back into balance, right? Breathing and inhaling and exhaling, playing and working, resting, sleeping and awakening. Balance, it's all a balancing act. So let's go on to beauty. Beauty is another quality of God that we know. We know we are that. My dear ones, you want to see beauty? Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. The face shining back at you, that is God in form. And that's the most beautiful form there is. Your own face, your own countenance, your own eyes looking back at you. That's God. That is the face of God. You are that. You are God in form. There is only one of you, has never been before, will never be again. You are the whole, perfect, and complete expression of God as you. So look in the mirror. Look at that beautiful face shining back at you. Remember, God chose to incarnate as you. As you. What else? Let's talk about freedom. Freedom is another quality of God that we are. We are. And we are free to choose. Spirit incarnated itself as us, and we are free to choose. We are free to choose again if we don't like what we've chosen. We are free to choose bondage because we are first free. So we can choose to tie ourselves down or into a pretzel, about things, or we are free to choose again. I know Mark Twain said this. He said, good decisions come from experience, and experience comes from making bad decisions. So we know we are that. But we are the very freedom of God, and we are always free to choose again. Next is joy. Joy is our default setting. Absolutely, God is joy. There is a joy to life. There is a joy to being alive. There is a joy in the breath. There is a joy in the present moment. Every time we remember who we are, we're just glad to be alive. We're just glad to be here, to be among friends, even at a distance, even socially distancing. We're so glad to spend this time together. Joy is absolutely our default setting. So remember joy in these moments. The next one is love. God is love, and we are that. We say that all the time, don't we? God is all there is, and God is love. We always say that, right? And love points the way, and law makes the way possible. Law is that serving of the love. It is the serving of the love, and it's creating in form what love points to. That unconditional love that Spirit has for its own creations is outpictured as us. We love. And then we choose to love all the things that we love. Oh, I love that painting. I love that person. I love this time we spend together. We absolutely recreate the unconditional love of Spirit as us, unconditionally loving in the world. Remember who you are. Remember you are the love of God in form. You are demonstrating that love in tangible ways in the world. Next is order. It is said that order is the first rule of heaven. I love that, because it's the first thing that happened, right? Day was separated into night, and land was separated from water, and order came out of chaos. So order is the first law of heaven. And I think that's why these times that we're going through right now seem so upsetting to us. Because it feels like we're falling into chaos. It feels like, where'd the order go? Where did the order go? The order is within us. We create the order all around us. This, then that. This, then that. We create the order, right? We recreate the order all around us. So do that. Remember that. You know, we can clean out our closets during this time. We can clean out the garage. We can rearrange our bookshelves. We're home. We can do those things. Create order. Create our own form of order, whatever it is, uniquely, distinctly as you. Peace is a quality of God. This is just an amazing one, isn't it? This one to me seems a little more fluid. Sometimes it escapes us. Sometimes it seems like mercury between our fingers, more flowing than other qualities. Seems like we lose it, or we misplace it, or we can't find it. But honestly, the peace of God hasn't gone anywhere. It never leaves. We just forget. We forget where it is. And you know where it is? It's right here. It is in our heart. It is in the still moment. It's in the moment that we bring ourselves fully present, that eternal now, that we remember the peace of God is right there. It never leaves. We must remember. We must get still. We must go within, right? Absolutely. Go in with the breath. And there it is. Yes, there it is. The peace of God. It's been there all along, right within us. So take that moment. Go within. Go still. Go quiet. Remember, it's there for us all along. And the next quality is power. We are that also. We are that also. Power is all around us. Ernest Holmes said we don't put anything into, but we take these things out. We pull from universal intelligence those things out that we need. It's sort of like the electrician, right? The electrician doesn't come into your house and just stand there and go, power's here, right? And do nothing. The electrician does something. He does something, and we must do something too. We recognize power is a quality of God, but we must demonstrate it. We must demonstrate it, and we do when we remember we are that power. We have the power to say yes. We have the power to self-actualize. We have the power to be the wholeness of God right here in this moment. We have the power to change our thinking and change our lives. And that leads us to unity. Unity as a quality of God. You are the unity of God. There is unity within your whole body, isn't there? There is unity with every cell working in harmony with another cell, every body system working in unity with others. Your digestive system and your respiratory system and your circulatory system, all working together, your nervous system, all working together in this complete unity. And then we know not only are we united within our own bodies, but we're united with all bodies everywhere. That there is a unity, right? All over. Our body systems work in total harmony, and then we are united with each other, and we are in homeostasis within us, right? That perfect balance, that perfect order, that perfect unity. And then also, we are united with everything outside of us. The universe, the solar system is working the same way. It is united with the galaxy. The galaxy is united with the universe, all moving along in this infinite intelligence that is spirit. We are all connected. We are all united. There is only one. There is only one God. There is only one universal intelligence. We are all immersed in it. Which leads me to wholeness, doesn't it? Yes. We are the unbroken wholeness of spirit. Even when we're leading with our wounds, even when we're in our false beliefs, or even when we are in our fear thoughts, we know we are the unbroken wholeness of spirit. We are still whole, even if we believe we aren't. So great is spirit in form as us. So brilliant are we as incarnations of spirit, that we are whole even when we forget it. We are whole even when we forget it. Which leads us to wisdom. Your mind is immersed in universal intelligence. All of the wisdom of the universe is yours to use. You are an outpicturing of the cosmos in form. The wisdom of spirit moves through you, as you, and you may reach into that universal intelligence for anything that you wish to demonstrate, any desire that you have to manifest. You know, we call these the qualities of God. I love it. We call them the qualities of God, and we assign them to God, but we must remember God incarnated itself as us, so that they are qualities of us. They are qualities of us. We are that. And we have to remember how wonderful we are. We have to remember how fabulous we are, how powerful, how peaceful, how beautiful, how abundant, all of it. We must remember all of it. We have to remember we are wonderful. And today, Wonderful Wednesday, is a perfect day to remember it. And so I want to leave you with this. I want to leave you with this exercise that Ernest Holmes recommended we do. Now, this is in the old textbook, the 1926 edition of the Science of Mind text. I don't know how many of you have that one, but if you have the old one, the 1926 edition, it's on page 188. And he says this. He said, he should definitely daily use the name, declare the truth about yourself, reflecting the statements into consciousness, that they be operated on by it. And so Ernest Holmes goes on to say this. This is called, in high mysticism, high invocation. Invoking the divine mind, implanting within it seeds of thought relative to one's self. And this is why teachers of old used to teach their pupils to cross their hands over their chests and say, "Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful me." Definitely teaching them that as they held themselves, so they would be held. Act as though I am and I will be. So let's finish out today by doing just that. Put your left hand on your right shoulder. Put your right hand on your left shoulder. Give yourself a big hug, big squeeze, and say, "Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful me." Repeat the wise words of Ernest Holmes. Let's do it again. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful me. One more time. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful me. Let's pray. Giving great thanks for this day, for everything in it, knowing and accepting that God is all there is, and all of those qualities of spirit are absolutely within us, within each and every one of us. We are all that and more. I give great thanks for this day, for this wise talk of Ernest Holmes, for the wisdom of the science of mind and spirit, to know who we are and to know whose we are. We are of the beloved. We are the divine life in form. We are spirit in action. Giving great thanks for today, I simply let it be. And so it is. Join us tomorrow again at 1 o'clock, the Uplift with Vision CSL. I'll see you, and until then, from my heart to yours, we are Vision. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.